Usually, I
Oh,
like
that's
to
good.
do that while the intro is happening, but since we're gonna skip it, it's fine.
Yeah. There is no intro right now, people. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being on with us. It's the Overrated Podcast, episode 143. Steve, we are live right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good. No intro, as you all know, there is no intro this morning because this is not going to be the typical long, lingering, type of podcast that we usually do. I have to, get ready for work, shortly afterwards, and it's just been a hassle with the scheduling. We have a lot of people whose vehicles are out of commission, and because of that, it just made the whole schedule completely out of whack. And so so I'm pretty much having to work pretty much almost every single day, but it's once everything's set back to normal, we necessarily don't have to rush to get the podcast over with. But at the end of the day, I am kind of happy that it does kind of force me or force you to actually start on time. That I think that's the only positive thing I could say about with this whole ordeal or predicament that I'm in. It actually forces me to actually start on time, and to pretty much tell at my other job at Memorial, hey yo, I got stuff to do. I can't stay for a long period of time, so I gotta go. So I got home early. We're here, and we could actually get started. So how's everything going on your end? You talked about you have some malfunction on your earpiece.
Yeah, but I think I'm good. You don't hear no static, right?
At least not right. Not at least not yet.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Because I one side of my earbud is not working. Was not working. Right now, it's working right now, so that's good. Now you said that people you know we were talking about this before the podcast, and the reason why we haven't been able to do a podcast is because you've been mad busy at both jobs. So now you got like a window, and we did want to do a podcast just to talk about stuff. I mean, it's not a formal podcast. We're just gonna be talking about stuff. Like obviously, Evo happened last this past weekend. It was a fantastic event, absolutely fantastic event.
Did you watch every single event?
No. I only watched the events that I cared about, which was Tekken, Street Fighter 6, and Street Fighter Third Strike. And I got some highlights for Third Strike.
You only oh, those are the ones that you watch. You didn't. Also, you didn't care about Guilty Gear, and I watched some of Guilty Gear. Like, me and my brother, we were going crazy.
I heard it was a good tournament though. I heard it was a good tournament.
Yeah. I was. I'm actually surprised that you didn't really watch it. I know there were times where you said you wanted to get good at Guilty Gear for some time. I don't know if you remember saying
No,
that.
no. The problem is I didn't really like Strive all that much. That's the problem. Like I really wasn't a massive fan of Guilty Gear until I think Revelator on the PS4.
Hmm.
Once I got used to the mechanics, I really liked it. For some reason, I never got into Strive, and I think part of it is because there weren't that many characters in the game. I think it launched with like 15,
Okay.
which for today's standard is too low. For today's standard is too low. I think for a fighting game you have to launch with 20. I think that's the
Okay.
I think that's the perfect number. You have to launch with 20, at least 20.
20 is the standard to you for
At
you.
least for me. At least for me. I know some people will probably want more, but for me, 20 is the standard. But yeah, I watched those tournaments. But you did speak about the situation with people in the cars. My car was out of commission for a couple of days.
What?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't? I remember. I remember. I thought it was out of commission for like one day. And my apologies that usually when you have emergencies like this, I usually come in and help. But
Yeah, I
man,
know.
like, with work, it was just like I just couldn't go. So I just wanted to apologize, for
No,
that.
you have nothing to far there for. It's fine. Like I knew what the situation was. So what happened was,
Yeah. What was going on?
okay, I did some door dashing before. Oh well, actually, let me go back. Let me go back a little bit. Now you said that you had to go to work. I actually got a call saying that I'm off from work, so I'm off today. So that's a weird fortune, right? But anyways, so I was gonna do some door dashing before I went to work, right? So I picked up my order and I'm driving and I just leave the lot at the place, right? And then my car starts struggling and then it dies, right? So I'm trying to start it, it's not it just not it'll start and then it'll die, right?
Yeah.
And so, I called you, I know you were busy, then I called, Randy. He kind of gave me he ultimately was right with what was wrong with the car. It was the crank sensor. So yeah. So I was able to push the car out of the road. I got it towed. That cost me 150.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the tow cost me 150.
Oh, yeah.
Then I take it home, and then the tow truck guy, he actually took me to work, so I appreciate that. So the next day, Randy comes home. We are working on the car, and while I'm upstairs, he's working on the car, right? Our security, the security that's in my complex. He
Okay.
told me that you can't work on the car.
What?
Yeah,
Why? What's the problem?
apparently that's against the rules.
To work
People,
on your own vehicle.
people, let me tell you something. I love the place, but living in an HOA is a fucking nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
I don't recommend it.
I did not know you was living in an HOA.
Yeah, I do not recommend it.
Oh my gosh. And I should have known that you were too. Because, typically in HOAs, they want everything to look the same, uniform. And you don't have freedom, to almost nearly to do anything at your own place. Matter of fact, my godmom, they told her that she's not even allowed to plant anything. Like if she wanted to plant something and put in the backyard, like a little, like a nice flower or let's say a fruit tree, she's
Mhm.
not allowed to do that.
Thankfully, ours is not that bad, but it's not ideal. So even though we like he confirmed what the problem was, so that's the good thing. We were able to do that.
Hmm.
Then I'm calling around, I'm getting nowhere, so I had to go back to my old guy to do the repair. So I had to tow the car over to his place. That cost me $75.
Oh my gosh, man.
Then we tow it there, and okay, whatever. I go about my day, go to work, come back home. Then I get a call on Saturday. This is why I put the post in on WhatsApp. I get a call at 3:50 saying
Okay,
that my car is ready.
okay, that's good.
The problem is the place closes at 4.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
So it's like, and they close on Sunday. So I got this call on Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
If they had told me an hour earlier, I would have been able to go over there because it's not that far. Like driving is only like 7-8 minutes. But since I had to take a bus, it could take longer. So if I had found that an hour earlier, I would have taken the bus, gone over there, got the car, and then I would have been fine.
Hmm.
But the good thing is that the car was fixed. So and then I picked it up. I picked it up yesterday. I picked it up. Oh, that cost me 380 plus.
To fix it,
Yeah.
but I hope you was able to use your credit card at least.
Yeah, no, I paid card. I was fine there.
Woo.
Like it
Oh,
just
okay.
the problem is that I'm spending all this money on stuff that I don't want to spend the money on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got hit with the money monster.
Yeah. You certainly did. The money demon got you.
Yeah. So
Oh, big time.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
just to remind everyone, the reason why we say money demon and money monster is because whenever we have extra money on the side, and then a big emergency happens, we say that we just got caught by the money demon or the money monster. So just to remind you guys. But go ahead.
yeah. So yeah. So I got the car back. And everything is fine. But here's the thing. So a couple of weeks. The first week we did the hiatus. I actually went to the Panther parade.
Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Oh, didn't I talk to you? Did we talk about it? I know we talked about the Panthers winning, and I remember mentioning that I went to that I was going to go to the parade, but we actually went. It
Yeah.
was
I
a
think
great
you,
time.
I think you sent a photo or something. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you had. Yeah. So how
yeah.
how how was it?
It was fun. It just the rain was just too much.
Oh.
The rain was just too much. So yeah. So I'm dealing with that. I got the car thing, and then thankfully, shout out to my little sister. She got someone to come in and fix the air conditioner. So now I'm like extremely cold instead of being extremely hot. I rather be cold. So I'm good there. So all in all,
Did they tell you what the problem was? It
oh
was the
yeah,
fan, right?
huh?
It was the
Oh
fan.
no. He put, I think it was the Freon, but
Okay, you were.
he also told me that the air unit that they're using is not good enough for our complex.
The
And all
AC.
yeah, the AC unit is not. They're using a unit for. They need to use a bigger AC unit,
Oh no.
and every place that is using that same unit. So
Oh
what you're saying about the whole HOA thing, about how they want everything to look the same,
yes.
they gave all of us air AC units that are not it works. Like, don't get it twisted, it works, but it's not for the amount of space that we have. Is not enough.
Yeah. HOA because is a pain, bro. Oh my gosh, it's a pain.
It's pain in the ass, man. But it is what it is, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like, I can't get too mad about it because I do like the house overall, but it just there's just the constant rules and emails that I have to get, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
oh,
don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like then yeah, trust me. Yeah, then not, the house is nice. I wanted to get a tour on my own when that time when I came over. I know it was late, but man, I was just so impressed with a massive upgrade that you guys got, which is which is why I was really happy for you all that you took the step to I know it took a lot of work, and you had a lot of patience and self control to get the house
mhm.
with the card and the landlord taking forever, the realtor taking forever. So I understand, but man, I'm really happy that you guys. I just hope that you guys could stay there, with no more issues. I hope you could stay there long term.
Yeah, I mean, something's always gonna come up, but right now everything good. Everything good.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, let me show you guys something really cool. Let me. And again, I don't understand your 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 dislike, not dislike. I don't want to say that, but
Are
your
you are you, are you gonna
how
talk about
you
are you gonna talk about Hugo?
yeah,
You can talk. You
you
can
know
talk. You can.
exactly what I'm
You
going
can.
to talk about.
You can talk about Hugo. Yeah, I know the guy who you're gonna talk about, and
This is a
I,
magical
I, I,
being
I'm not even talking
so
about the character.
IO.
I'm talking about the actual game itself. The way that you shit on this game, dude. This game, the gameplay of Third Strike is enduring. Tell me, have you ever seen something like this before? Let's watch this. All right, so he does that.
I was
That's the
actually going to
intro.
show. I was actually going to show that clip, but yeah, he's hilarious, man.
I this guy. I don't understand how this guy. I don't understand how the black dude didn't try to punch him right in the face. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
that one was impressive. That was very very impressive.
I'm not even talking about this. I'm talking about. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the actual video. Because the way that you.
I,
Oh
I
my
wish
god.
I wish you could show the one where where he was
Do we
he
go for the
started
do we go for the
he
cross of
started
Tatsu?
doing. All right, go ahead.
He goes for the universal overhead, then backs away, dashes up in danger. Chip. Oh my God! No!
Look at
No!
this. Look at
No!
this.
Okay.
This game came out. What's popping up on my screen?
Yeah, it kind of froze.
Like this game came out. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, something I got a pop up going on.
Yeah, but go ahead. You could
Let me
you
try,
keep
let me try
talking,
to move away from
and then you could you could try playing it again. But you could keep talking.
Yeah, like this game came out in 1999, right? This game, if my math is correct, this game's about 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
25 years old. And we're still
Goes to the universal overhead, then backs away. Tasses up in danger.
maybe
Chip.
stuff like
Oh my God! No! No!
and,
No! Okay.
this is the most impressive part like that. That's the most impressive part like
Oh
that.
my God! How did he do that? He went past the three.
That's the
He
most
went for the
impressive part like
roundhouse.
that.
He
The
jumped
actual
over. Chip.
they're
Oh my
really
God! No!
good.
No! No! Okay. Oh! Oh my
Listen,
God!
if you want to say Street Fighter 4 is your favorite Street Fighter game, I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. But
Okay.
you need to understand why people love Third Strike so much. And you need to understand why this game got picked for Evo.
Okay.
Because people to this day are still labbing this game heavy. They're finding new stuff in this game.
Well, the only
That type
the only
that type of gameplay you can't find in no other fighting game. You can't find that. That's what makes that game special. I hope you realize that. I
here
feel like
here's what I'll say. Uh, what really impressed me with Evo, as far as Third Strike is concerned, is the diverse of characters that we actually got to see that are being used by professional players. Because usually when it comes to like Evo, and or let's say if it's on, matter of fact, any tournament that you see Third Strike in, usually the character that you will always or that you always see is either Ken, Chun Li, and Yun. That's it. Usually those are the characters that you usually see most of the time. Now we got to see some Hugo, and we even got to see Elena in the top six also. And what I will say is, by watching other characters finally being utilized. What was that? Was that you?
hold on. Can you hear me?
It's a lot of static.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, like I said, my headphones are actually stupid.
Yeah, it's a
Shit, now you
lot
can't
of
hear me.
a lot.
Hello?
Yeah, I could hear you, but it's like it was just a lot of static that was going on.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right. So while Hoovy is trying to fix his his internet or his devices, here's what I'll say. What really intrigued me, or what really impressed me in Third Strike. What really impressed me was the diverse of characters that was finally being used. One of the reasons why I do love the gameplay on Third Strike. Now, do I like the fact that you can't do any zoning? No, I hate that. It completely took zoning off of the game, which is fine. It has no choice because you want to implement pairing. So there's really no reason for you to do zoning in the game anymore. So I get it. But here's the thing: the main reason why I had such disdain on Third Strike was because of the roster. I always felt that, and I still stand by it, that the roster stinks. However, to see professional players use characters like Elena, use characters like Hugo, it made me realize how you can actually appreciate the level of expertise by using certain characters that you thought that was really really bad. At least I did. And when
Can
you
you hear me?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, continue.
yeah. So when
Oh,
you
oh,
see,
I'm sorry. I was gonna say I did. I saw a couple of 12s also, and a Q.
I don't remember seeing 12. I don't remember seeing 12. But again, but see, it goes with my point, how we saw a huge diverse of characters. We didn't see so many Chun Li's versus Chun Li's, or like we saw a diverse of character, which is great. I what that is what I really really love, about Third Strike, at least in this tournament, that you saw a diverse of characters. And now that you see how different ways how you could utilize a character like Hugo, for example, or Elena, make it does make me have second thoughts that maybe the roster is actually really isn't that bad like I always made it out to be. Yeah, that always made it out to be, because I just hated the replacement, because I prefer Zangief over Hugo. I prefer Balrog over Dudley. But maybe it's probably a toss up between those two. I don't like Remy replacing Guile. So like,
Dude, we will get into we will get into your awful boxer take. We'll get into that. We'll go continue.
oh yeah. We'll definitely go that. We'll definitely talk about that. But I do appreciate the fact that they use different characters, and it does make me have second thoughts about, is the roster is really that bad? Is it really that bad of a roster? Now I still don't think it's better than the previous Street Fighter games, like Street Fighter Alpha. I don't think it's better than Street Fighter 4, etc., etc. But I can actually appreciate the characters more, and to some degree have a change of heart that maybe the characters aren't really that bad. But I do want to see a little bit more. I want to see these professional players use different characters more, to make me go a bit on your side, instead of sticking to the same situation or the same mentality that this roster stinks and this roster is garbage. Because again, as great as the gameplay is, I always said to myself, well, what is good is the gameplay if I'm not going to be able to enjoy it with the characters, that I have to use. So that was my only thing. But however, I do appreciate them using the different characters, and I actually like how everything was such an awesome moment, especially in the top six, especially in the grand finals. Also, like I wanted to play something in the grand finals. Let me see if I could find it. I'll play it. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
let me know. Let me know. I'm just showing highlights of I think Hayo. This dude's a vibe, bro. This dude is a vibe, bro. Like
The
this.
only the only thing I have against Hale, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just preference for him. He really doesn't play any other fighting game besides Third Strike, and
I mean, that's
and
why
I-
he's
I'm,
so
I'm
good.
and I think that's well, yeah, that. But I wish he would also play, other, Street Fighter games. I mean, I'm not saying he should play, Guilty Gear or Tekken or anything like that, but I would really like to see him play, Street Fighter 6, or at the very least Street Fighter 2, because you obviously Street Fighter 2 is still on there. And speaking of Street Fighter 2, I have to say this: when it comes to Third Strike, when it comes to Street Fighter 2, we still seeing games, old Street Fighter games being played on in tournaments, which is very very impressive. And I think I said this before, I think last year, or I think during CEO, with the exception
Okay.
of with the exception of the Smash Brothers community, with the exception of Smash Brothers Melee, I don't know any other fighting game franchise. I don't know if you consider Smash Brothers a fighting game, but I don't see any other fighting game franchise that can actually compete, or that has the same relevancy as the Street Fighter franchise. Like there's just it's just not there. You could probably argue. You could probably say Tekken, but even with Tekken, you don't see them play old Tekken games in tournaments. You don't. The only,
No,
the
you
only,
don't.
the only, yeah, the only thing that you see is Smash Brothers and Street Fighter. That's it.
Who's doing the split?
Oh, actually, no, I take that back. But you do see. I take that back. You do see Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at times, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 also. So
I mean,
I
yeah,
slightly take.
They had Marvel 3 last year at Evo. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I take that back.
but I get what you're saying. There are definitely some games that stand the test of time, and the Smash Brothers games, especially Melee, it does that also. The problem is that Nintendo just doesn't want to support them. But it is what it is. We've already gone through that.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
did we did a podcast about them. And and you're 100% correct. That company, man,
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah. So yeah, man. So this is just highlights of him. This dude was just a vibe. Just a vibe. Just a vibe, man. But then, oh, you didn't mention, you wish he played more fighting games. You know who echoes something similar? Our
Well,
Tekken 8 winner, Arslan Ash. Cause he said that part. I think part of the reason why he struggled a little bit was because he was playing other fighting games. Because Arslan Ash competed in Street Fighter. I know he competed in Street Fighter. I don't know if he competed in Street Fighter 6 early or the
mhm.
latter half of Street Fighter 5, but he was playing other fighting games. And he said after he won Tekken Evo this year, he said that he's just gonna play Tekken.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's just gonna play Tekken.
I missed that. I missed that. Okay, this is not a complaint, but
Hmm.
this is one of the reasons why how I believe and I know other people could easily adjust, but for me, this is one of the reasons why I think it's so crucial for me to go to whether if it's Evo, Combo Break, or CEO. I really want to go there live because when you're at home, or if you're watching everything online, for example, it is difficult for you to focus because you have errands, you have to go to work, and it really is hard to try to keep up of what's going on, especially when there's so many games are being played simultaneously. But when you're actually over there live, that's all you want to do because obviously you're not working, you're not doing any errands when you're actually going there live. You're obviously off, and you could truly pinpoint and focus on all the video games that's going on, and you could actually even enjoy it even more because it's live. You get to meet certain because I was blessed to meet Justin Wong. You get to see the guys emotions live and things like that. You could buy merch, so you do get that Comic-Con type of vibe when you're there. But bro, it's so difficult to watch everything, especially if it's like on screen. But when you're there live, oh my gosh, it's just in a completely different experience. So for me, it's just very difficult. But big shout out to James. He actually shared a link, um that was called, let me show this link real quick. I don't know if you knew about this link, but I'm just gonna just do a quick visual,
Hmm.
right here. So I want to give a big shout out to Big James on this right here that you guys see before you. These were all the games that was being played simultaneously, at least at the time. So you could see that this, it says Tekken, Street Fighter, Third Strike 6, and they were all being played at the same time in one screen. Now,
Okay.
yeah, and
So
I
what
could
I would do is when a game went to break, I just switch to another game.
yeah,
So whenever when this was during pulls, when Tekken pulls were taking a break, I would switch to Street Fighter 6, and then whenever I get a chance to watch Third Strike, I would do that also.
yeah, 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 yeah. So big shout out, to Big James, for showing this link to me. And I should have shared it in the Discord in case people wanted to watch different games. So what I would do is I would leave the screen as is, and then while Street Fighter Six is being played, and let's say Guilty Gear is being played, I could watch both at the exact same time.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
That makes sense. That makes sense. But
yeah,
speaking of Tekken 8, Arslan Ash did win Evo. I think this is his fifth year winning Evo, and this is the first Tekken 8 champion of Evo, which is crazy because I did hear that he wasn't a big fan of the game at first. So he just had to he just had to get used to it. But I will say this: Alton, he choked in that last moment because it was a great grand final. It really was.
do you want to
He
show it?
had, let me see if I can find it because he had him beat. He had him beat, and it would have reset the bracket. But after he did the parry, let me see if I can find it.
I'm trying to remember. He what did he drop the combo or something? I'm trying to.
No, well, no. Okay, let me show you what he did. Let me show you what he did.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, I think I probably
Yeah,
just go to grand finals or top six.
yeah, I found it. I found it.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, let me just making sure this ad is done. Let me
Mm-hmm.
go directly to the end. Okay, so you share and put it back on the screen.
Or get rid of that thing on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So right now, I think Autumn. I don't know if he's gonna win this round. Remember, they're 2-2. So if Autumn
Yeah.
win, then they reset the bracket.
Yeah.
All right, so he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? I always thought that Ash was gonna win anyway because he had won their first encounter, and then I think Ash was no Alton was using I think he was using Dragonoff at first. Let me see. Yeah, when they first fought each other, he was using Dragonoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where he lost it right there when he did the parry. When he did the parry, what he should have done, he should have done the super after like a punch or two. He should have done a super because he would have won if he did his super.
Yeah, yeah, I remember now. I
I'll
remember
show you.
now.
I'll
I
show you right
remember.
now. Yeah, he had him. He had him. Do that one and then super. You would have won. He would have won. He would have won.
Oh,
He would have won. But
yep, yep.
props to Arsenal Nash, man. That dude in what in 5-6 years become the GOAT. He put an entire country on the map for Tekken with Pakistan. Like he's the top dog right now. He's the top dog right now. Props to him.
Yeah,
Absolute
big
props.
shout out to him. Big shout out. Yeah, big
Yeah.
shout out to
So,
him.
and then the last one, Street Fighter 6.
Oh,
You know, it was
before going to Street Fighter, since we're not going to be, yeah, because I wanted to show a real quick clip on Guilty Gear, but
Mhm.
you could go on, the Street Fighter. Go ahead.
I don't know if you want to show you can show that's fine. But I mean actually hold on. I might as well show this. Wait, let's show the Evo winners. Might as well show the Evo winners. Yeah, let's show that. While I get to it, like I said, you said that you
Oh,
watched Evo.
are you talking about this right here? 2024 results, winners, and
Oh
top eight.
yeah. You have that?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, good. Yeah, so we might as well shout out all the winners.
Oh, so you didn't watch the King of Fighters tournament either.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know, I slightly take that back. Guilty Gear, you're not watching that. Yeah, I guess I get it, but I know you're a huge fan of King of Fighters. You're a bigger King of Fighters fan than me, and I'm surprised you didn't want to watch, the tournament for that. What you have against this game?
No, I don't like watching. I don't like watching KOF live. It's not. It's just not a fan of it. Watching it live.
You wait, hold on. You elaborate.
No, it's just I don't. It's all it is like. there's some games that are too combo, like they're too focused on combos, and it's just like it's not fun. Like it just to me, there's certain games that just are not fun to watch play or to watch. And normally for me, if a game's not fun, then I don't like watching it.
Okay, if it's too heavy on combo, if the focus is
Yeah.
just making combo after combo, okay, so that means you wouldn't really care about CVS. You wouldn't care about Dragon Ball Z watching that because it's just too combo
No, no,
heavy.
no, no. I'll watch CBS. I'll definitely watch that. But like
But that's
Marvel,
that's a bigger combo than KOF though. Combo game than KOF. Wouldn't you agree?
no. Are we talking about Capcom versus SNK?
I mean, not Capcom versus SNK, Marvel versus Capcom. I mean, my
Oh
bad.
yeah. I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch Marvel vs. SNK. I don't watch. No, I don't watch Marvel. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't watch that.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though I know how hype those games can get, like with the crowd, like at its peak, bro. Like I think it's between that and Smash where they have like the most passionate fan bases.
I agree.
Yeah. So, but gameplay wise, not for me.
Okay, that's fair. So Shanghai, and ET and Tamingo, they're the top three,
Mhm.
and like they showed some gameplay footage, but I wish we could play them all, but we have we're already it's already almost 6:40, almost 7 o'clock already, and we got to be done like around like 7:30, 7:20. In Mortal Kombat, Sonic Fox won first
Yeah.
place. Yeah. And the thing with Mortal Kombat, I I never seen such a huge diverse of opinions regarding Mortal Kombat 1. Like I'm hearing so many people saying the game is so great, it's one of the best, and I'm hearing other people saying, "Oh my gosh, it's such a huge disappointment." I never seen a mixture like this in a fighting game in a long time.
I
Like,
mean, here's the thing. You can tell how hot a fighting game is based on the placement they are in Eddieville. There's no denying that right now Street Fighter is the top game. Well, I think Tekken is the top game fighting game right now, but
yeah.
Street Fighter has the when it comes to like DLC and stuff like that, they have the most. They have probably the most talked about DLC right now. Even though I know people love Heihachi. People love the Heihachi announcement.
Yeah, people went nuts when he was
Yeah.
when people went nuts.
Yeah, I personally I didn't get nuts about it, but I know a lot of people did.
Oh yeah,
But when you
we'll talk about that because I want to show the trailer. We'll definitely talk about that.
yeah, so um yeah, but like those are the top two games right now. We know Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, those are 1 and 2. Whichever one
Yeah.
you want to put 1 and 2 is up to you. The fact that the third game from the top, the fact that Mortal Kombat was what, like the seventh highest placed game when it comes to entry tells you all you need to know about this game and
Oh,
everything going
okay.
on with this game right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the game is bad. I'm gonna state this for the record. I'm not
Okay.
saying the game. I'm not saying the game is bad.
Okay.
I
This sound interesting. I really want to hear what you have to say about this. Go
I
ahead.
think the game. I think the game is a good fighting game. The problem with this game, at its core, is the
Mm-hmm.
cameo system is not good. The cameos, I hate me personally. I hate the cameo system. And when
Okay.
it comes to watching, first of all, Mortal Kombat, honestly, when it comes to tournament watching, it's not fun to me.
What?
It's not fun
So
because
you don't even, so you even like watching the tournaments on it.
no, because all it is just a projectile fest. All it is just watching guys throw projectiles. That's all it is, right? Now, when it comes to like obviously no shade on Sonic Fox, he's one of the best of all time. That goes without saying. But
Okay.
to me, the cameo system is the worst part about this game. It's a mechanic
Mhm.
that's not needed. It's a mechanic that they just threw in because they decided to, instead of putting this in Injustice 3, which is what they were planning on doing, they put this in Mortal Kombat. Instead of working on some of the mechanics in the game, instead of adding more characters, instead of coming up with a better story than the dog shit that they gave us in near the end, they like to me it makes the game it makes the game unplayable to me. I don't even have the game anymore. I give it to my niece.
Okay. The fact that you got rid of the game, I don't think you think. I personally don't believe that you think the game is actually that good. If you got rid of it this quickly.
It, to me, it was just I just couldn't. I tried. There are aspects of the game that I like, but as far as like as far as in totality of it, it's not. It just wasn't for me.
Okay. Um, do you think they should make a? Do you think they should have made an Injustice 3?
No, I mean it don't matter. It don't matter to me. What I'm upset about is that they put a mechanic that was clearly intended for Injustice 3 in this game.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me.
Okay. Okay.
So
I think with the whole cameo system, I think it's just very hard, to get used to it because I think the way it's being done here, as far as how it's being utilized, or the mechanics and things like that, because the way how it was done in Smash Brothers, for example, it's just so perfect. The way how it's done in Smash Brothers, it just flows perfectly in a Smash game. The way how they do it, to some degree in a Marvel vs. Capcom, I don't know. I think because how Mortal Kombat is, I don't know what the actual word for it is, but I think other games, Marvel vs. Capcom, Smash Brothers, I think they just do it better, and it seems like they tried to force it to make the game different in Mortal Kombat, and I don't think it hinders the game. I agree with you that I don't think it was really necessary to make that big of a change.
yeah, and they've done like 2v2 type fighting before. They've done it before, but it wasn't a main core of the game. It wasn't a main mechanic of the game. Capital system is the main mechanic of this game,
Yeah.
and and then not only do you have to deal with balancing when it comes to the regular characters, they struggle with balancing in the cameo characters,
Oh, that's not good.
and it's like, bro, like it's hard enough that dude, it's a pain in the ass as it is for you guys to balance your game. That I think that's one of the reasons why I don't think it's a very like even in its peak, it's not the tournament fighter that Tekken or Street Fighter is, despite selling a lot more copies, like relatively.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's a casual fighting game. It is at its core, but and they have a hard time balancing the game with its regular character, and then you add in these cameo characters that are likely unbalanced also.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like it was just a disappointment for me.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, with all that being said, we'll move on. From that.
shout
But
out to Nolan. What's going on, bro? Early show, I know, and
um,
glad that you love
yeah.
it, bro.
And as far as everything you have said, even with all of that, I will say it is really good to see a game like Mortal Kombat. You know, I mean, although I don't think it's able to compete, with Street Fighter like it used to do, like it used to be back in the day. Because back in the day, they were just like neck and neck. Or which game are you going to get? Are you going to get Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Like I remember those conversations back when I was in elementary school. Like it was a big deal, between the two franchises. Now Street Fighter just completely went to a completely different level. And although that you may be right that okay, fine, it probably sold more, but but when it comes to the community though, when it comes to um like how great just about every single franchise, every single game has been great. how you could still play all the old classic, Street Fighter games. You can't really say that with Mortal Kombat. At least I can't. I can't go back and play old Mortal Kombat games. So anyway, I didn't watch a single gameplay, a single tournament on this. Not that I don't care about this game, not that I don't want to give the game a try. It's just I just feel like the game is just like another. I don't know. I don't want to say, oh, it reminds me of Guilty Gear or anything like that.
You know, it's an anime fighter. Like we don't play anime fighters. So.
Well, no, it's not even that either. It's just that every character that I see on here is just uninspiring. They look weird. I just don't feel like the roster just doesn't draw me in. You know what I'm saying? I have no issues with the gameplay. It has nothing to do with the art style, nothing like that. I just feel like the characters itself just doesn't draw me in. And I really want to give this game a shot. It's just that, man, the characters are just so bland and uninspiring. Look at them. I don't care about these characters at all. I don't know who they are.
Yeah. It what it is. You don't know who they are. It's fine. I feel the same way. I'm just not. It is not for me.
Don't
let James hear you say this though.
James is gonna want to pick up a fight when yeah, don't he loves all the different variety of fighting games. So shout out to him. And I want to have a huge diverse of different fighters too. But if you don't have good characters, if you don't have characters that inspire me, to be good or to play your game, then it is what it is. But yeah, so shout out to I don't know. I'm not really familiar with these guys. Define, I heard of him. I heard of Define before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so big shout out to you. You win first place. And Street Fighter, we talked about Third Strike.
Mm-hmm.
And Heyo, he's everybody's favorite. Yeah. Although he's only in first place. that dude is everybody's favorite. But shout out to everybody else. This was a fantastic tournament. Once again, I love the fact that we had a diverse of characters in this tournament. Big shout out. Grand Blue. Oh, okay. How do you feel about Grand Blue? Because for me, I feel the exact same way about that, like I do with Under Night. How do you feel about Grand Blue?
The same thing.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. So I can't pronounce this name, but shout out to you guys for making it in the top 8. Guilty Gear. I did watch a little bit of Guilty Gear. Now, again, I'm not good at Guilty Gear. Do I want to get good at it? Yes. The problem is when you have other games that you just want to play more, it's kind of hard or difficult to put Street Fighter or Smash Brothers or Tekken on the side, just so you could play, some Guilty Gear. Like I don't, as great as the franchise Guilty Gear is, and I do like some of the characters. I really do like some of the characters. I actually have a couple of favorite characters on there. I just haven't had the time to actually get good at the game. And Soul, even shout out to Soul. I would try to play Guilty Gear against Soul. I think I beat him. I think like once, and he beat me. Obviously, several times. I do want to get good at the game only because of the fact that you could. It's pretty much the only fighting game that where you could pretty much do anything that you want. And what I mean by that is, it has roll. It has like a combo breaker system, but it's called something else. I forgot what's it called. You could run, you could dash, you could backstep. Like there's just so many different things that you could do in the game. Where even James had said it, there's really no other game that does that. This is the only game where you could pretty much do everything, and I really want to experience that in full in a game like this. Like I really do. So big shout out, the Nitro. He won.
Isn't the game? Yeah, I think the game was the third highest when it comes to like amount of people playing. It was number 3.
Oh, as far as participants,
Mm-hmm.
I think I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
that's a big deal for Guilty Gear. Because remember, Guilty Gear, like when it comes to like
let's roll this video and get it.
Yeah,
when it comes to popularity, I would say that overall, I would say that it's definitely the top anime fighter out there when it comes to well, I actually if you I would, probably DBZ fighters would probably be up there.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to games of of this of this quality, it's definitely up there. But it's never been a mainstream fighting game, and to be third in a mainstream fighting game tournament, that's a big deal. That's a
I
big
agree.
deal. And
Yeah,
and
I
and,
agree.
and even though I think that's more of a reflection on the state that Mortal Kombat is in, it doesn't take nothing away from it either way. Doesn't take away from it either way. It's a great step for the team for the Guilty Gear team.
Do
So
you is this a game that you want to get good at? Like, do you actually want to put the time in this game to get good?
if I do, I do want to I still have the game, so I do want to at least play it sometime. But they're definitely DLC characters that I have to buy. So that's gonna be so yeah. Whenever I have some extra money lying around, I'll update the game. Get all the main characters and give it another go.
Okay. Okay. All right. So
Mhm.
so yeah, so I thought the tournament was good. Me and my brother, we were like all screaming and going crazy. It was fantastic. Unfortunately, I wish I could show it, but it's already 7 o'clock, so we only have like a half hour left. So so another day, another time. Let me see.
We talked about Tekken 8.
Yeah, we talked about Tekken 8. Now you wanted now. I do want to show the reveal. Now
Oh yeah, yeah.
we already know what it is, but let me see if I can
Yeah,
find it.
I'll do that.
Oh, okay, okay,
If you have it, then go ahead. But I can do that.
okay.
Oh, and then actually no, go ahead, go. You look for it. Let me read these comments. Nolan said that like MVC one assist. Where that balance? Come on, Hoovy. I don't look. Part of the reason why I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom because of the assists. Like, I don't like assist fighting games. I don't like fighting games that have assists in them. Like I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that I don't like assists. Period. I don't like them. Period. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I don't like none of it. You said like hidden missiles wasn't OP in MVC3. I know it was. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was, but I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom. You gotta rewind. I don't care for Evo. Okay. You said that who be having car issues. I was, but now I'm good.
No, no, no. Hold on. I'm curious. Why you don't care about Evo? I'm very curious about that, Ruben. You need to explain yourself. Why?
Is
Well,
it
for somebody, so for someone who, because look, remember, I used to have this issue with Hoovy back in the day.
yeah.
I had a huge problem with I had a huge problem with Hoovy not liking to watch tournaments. Back in the day, and I used to criticize him. Oh, you a big fighting game guy, and you don't like watching professionals play. Like, I don't know if you remember those times,
No,
Hoovy.
I remember. I remember.
Yeah. So I need to get on you too. Well, why is it that you don't like Evo, or if you don't like watching fighting game tournaments? Period. Like I'm just curious. But go ahead.
No, I was finishing up nice AC in your review and your record breaking summer that you have in Florida is even crazy in Seattle. Yeah, man, it's hot, man. It's hot. But thankfully I got that fixed. I'm good now. So I'm good. All right. So oh yeah. You have the trailer? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can play it whenever you get a chance.
yeah. We're gonna play it right now.
You can turn the volume down.
Oh, all right.
Well, yeah, man, people made a big deal over this, and it brought up a good question about depth in fighting games and stuff like that. Some people are upset. They said that it kind of 'cause at the end of Tekken 7, like you are led to believe that Hachi died
Yeah.
in Tekken 7,
Yeah,
right?
remember, and don't forget. Remember, we thought that same thing happened in Tekken 5 also. If you remember,
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
remember
Yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah,
same character too.
yeah. And the thing is that, and then you have with the whole Bison thing with him being a DLC character. after it was presumed that he died. You know what I mean? Like people are questioning whether or not stories and fighting games mean anything if you're just gonna bring back characters who are dead.
Yeah.
And me, probably like 3, 4 years ago, no, 10 years ago, I would agree with that person 100%. Right? It was part of my defense of Street Fighter of their strike.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. At the end of the day, you want a good fighting game. That's what you want. You want a good fighting game, right? Now, I don't think it matters necessarily if the character comes back or not, but if the character coming back means that more people are going to play the game and more people are going to you know, like the game or whatever, then I can't blame them for doing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I can't blame them for doing it. Like I said, Hachi does nothing for me, but that reaction that he got, that's not nothing. You can't dismiss that. Same thing with Bison. During Street Fighter, there were several Bison characters that I saw, Bison players that I saw,
Yeah. Plenty.
and yeah. So like, if he's a popular character, they're gonna bring him back, and truth be told, even if the story behind him coming back is stupid, at the end of the day, does it really matter at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, you're playing as those characters, and you like those characters, and you want to play with them.
Yes.
So so while Hachi does nothing for me, I'm not gonna be upset about it. Like you said, he no, dude. The entire Tekken franchise has been characters who've been dead and then they brought back to life. They did Kazuya. They did that with Kazuya. Kazuya was dead and was not in Tekken 3. They brought him back in Tekken 4.
Yep.
Hachi, like you said, he was presumed dead in 5. And there's other times where he looked like he should be dead, but he's not dead. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's just what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. So
Mhm.
let me read this from Ruben. Ruben said that I'm upset he's back. Once you make a major story change, keep it. And I get it. I understand what Ruben's talking about. But the problem is that we're not playing fighting games for the story.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're just not. Like I think story. I do care a little bit about story. Back in the day, I just want good characters in the game. Yes or no?
Woof. Right there. Woof. Oh my goodness.
At the end of the day,
That.
we just want good characters in the game, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, what do you? I mean, you can have the last word on that.
Yeah. To me, Heihachi was such a huge part of the Tekken franchise. Since the very beginning. Bison. Is the exact same way, and I can't really fault Namco or Capcom, for bringing iconic, characters back into their franchise. And I've always said that if you're going to replace a character with somebody else, and that other person, doesn't attract, the fan base, or the character just overall isn't really that good. And I know that's just subjective, but if majority of the people don't like that new character who you replace them with, then you should do a service for your fan base and bring the character back. Find some way. I mean, they do it in comic books all the time, and find. And I know with comics and with video games, you could probably say, well, it's slightly different, but at the end of the day, people love the character. Heihachi has a huge fan base. Bring him back if you want, and whoever pissed off about it, I mean, look, go kick rocks. You really go like, does it make the game bad? Does it make the game worse? Like what? It just ruin your experience of the game because they're bringing back a character. Like, come on, get out of here with that garbage.
Does that
Yeah.
mean you're telling Ruben to kick rocks, basically?
Yeah. So but yeah, respectfully.
Okay,
And
so
and the same thing with Bison too. Like I don't see the reason for people to get upset. I understand that it was presumably thought that he died in five, but I knew in the back of my mind that they was probably going to bring him back. I mean, it's Bison for crying out loud. Like, and
yeah,
they
I
and he,
honestly I didn't think they were, but it is what it is. Oh, Joe, what's going on, Joe? My problem with that is people like Steve. If you change one thing, it doesn't like he doesn't like it. Look at Third Strike, he doesn't like it, and one of the main reasons is the whole cast are new. Yeah, we
yeah,
talked about it. Like, yeah, we talked about that. We actually talked about that earlier. And I like my thing with that is that like when it comes to Third Strike, right? They want to do something new. It was a risk. It was a risk, but I think ultimately the gameplay endured. And I think even if you listen to the podcast before, oh, okay, so he was here. He was here. Okay, so he was here. So you heard what I said. Like when gameplay of that game endures, it endures, and that's why the game is still popular to this day, and it's why the character, even though a lot of them are new, those characters are great characters because they are unique and they're new. It just took people time to get used to it, and I get it. I understand because I felt the way you felt about Third Strike. I felt the way about Tekken 7 new characters. A lot of them were horseshit. Let's be real. And the only one that returned was Shaheen. He was the only one that is the Indian, the Middle Eastern dude. He's the only one that returned, and that's not what. Let me rephrase that. The original. I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about DLC characters because they knocked out of the part with the DLC characters. But I'm talking about the original cast. Those new characters were horseshit.
right.
Complete another horseshit. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
So so at the end of the day, like it depends on the characters and it depends on how they're utilized and how and yeah, pretty much how they're utilized. And I think even with the changes, they're striking doors.
For me, for me, I guess what Jabon is he refused to understand this, despite the fact that he had a similar complaint to a couple of franchises. But I'm not going to get into that.
You guys can get into that in the Discord.
With his inconsistencies. But look, but here's the thing, with Third Strike, I've always said, and a lot of people said it. This wasn't just me. If you're going to replace iconic characters from a franchise, and the new characters that you have to offer us are not that good, or in fact even worse, then it'll be difficult for me to enjoy the gameplay because of the characters that you offered me. Look, a lot of these characters, such as 12, Necro, um, Q, as cool as a character Q looks, because I like the look of the character, but he plays like garbage. I'm
Well,
sorry, he plays like
there was a guy who used Q, and look, I'm not saying that the gameplay of Q is exciting, but he used Q quite effectively. He used him quite effectively, so I give him props for that.
yeah, and so and well, no, Giovanni is asking what you're saying. The roster, was trash. The roster was just not nearly as good as the previous Street Fighter games. I'm
No,
talking about
you said in the past that the roster was trash. You have said that.
the in total and as a whole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I said the roster, was trash because I was sick I was sick of the replacement. I hated the replacement. I'm looking at this roster and I'm saying, okay, where's the Shadow Luke characters at? Where's Guile at? Where's Cammy? Where's Sakura? You know what I'm saying? Where is Where's Rose? Where's all these amazing characters that we have? And you offer me 12? You offer me Necro? You offer me Q? You offer me Hugo? Like no,
Look,
that's not what I want.
you can say what you
And I-
want about 12.
and
I think Necro is still a cool character. I
no,
like that
whatever.
character.
You used to say he used to be bad. Now all of a sudden you want to say
Well, now that since I learned how to use him, he's a great character.
he's an awful character. That dude's trash.
You said the
That
same
dude,
thing about Hugo.
that dude's trash. I mean, look, I still prefer Zangief over Hugo any day, any day.
Alright. That's not
So
the worst. That's not the worst Street Fighter take you had. But go ahead, continue.
I will always prefer Zangief over Hugo. Always. That's never going to change. But at the end of the day, the gameplay has always been fantastic. I never criticized the gameplay of the game. I never criticized it. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that you were no longer able to zone in the game anymore. They completely removed zoning out of the game.
Yeah,
That was the only issue that I had. But other than that, the game was good as far as gameplay. I just think the roster was garbage compared to all the other Street Fighter games. You can't sit here and tell me that roster was better than Alpha 3, better than Street Fighter 4, better than Super Street Fighter 2. Like no, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. That's all.
Ruben said that it doesn't make the game worse, Tread. It makes the story mode stupid. I agree, but the problem is that we don't play fighting game for the story mode. It's nice that it's there, but we don't play fighting game for the story mode. And I do
Yeah.
want to say the Tekken 8 story mode is a lot better than Tekken 7. The Tekken 7 story mode was garbage. It was a waste. It was a waste of time playing that. All right, so all right. So let me continue on. But some never did. Like Third Strike, and I was raised on Street Fighter 2. Ruben said I expected a Ghost or Jack variant. If his resurrection is canon, it's stupid.
You agree with
But
that?
I mean, the problem is that this guy don't die. That's kind of like a hockey thing. He don't die. Like you said, he was presumably dead in Tekken 5. You know what I mean? Like he escaped death. Be like KOF and make iconic villains and let them die. Here's the thing. Because I watched the video and they were talking about this, and they were talking about this topic about letting characters die and stuff like that, right? I think it was Hollow who said this. But Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolf, the new game that's gonna come out. I guarantee you, if they announce Geese Howard as the final character to be introduced into the game or have him as DLC, people are going to lose their fucking minds. They are. Because to me, here's the thing with me, I think of all the main bad guys in fighting games, I think Geese Howard is the best one.
Of all fighting games?
Mm-hmm. Of all the fighting games, I think Geese Howard is the best one.
So he's better than Bison. He's better
He's
than
better than Archie. He's better than all of them.
he's better than Kazuya. He's better
Yeah.
than wow. Okay.
At least he's my favorite. And people are going to go fucking ape shit if they bring him back. If they bring him back, and KOF has already they brought him back before. But they did that in the they did that for KOF, and KOF. I know some people say it's canon. I don't look at it as canon.
Canon
I
to
don't
what?
look at to the storylines in KO in the King of Fighters universe, like Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury. Those games, those separate games, and Samurai Showdown and
I
those
thought there
games.
was. I thought it was canon to all.
I think it is to an extent, but I don't look at them that way. I don't look at them that way.
Hmm. Okay.
Alright, so Joe's asking, you're saying the roster was trash? He said it before. He has said it before.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ruben said that make more iconic villains. I agree. But the problem is that when it comes to Street Fighter, outside of Bison I don't really assume. I don't really think Akuma's a villain. Name a villain that they made that's been good. Let's be real here. Like Gil, no. I think Urian is cooler. Is cooler. Is would I think Urian would have made a better villain than Gil. You know what I mean?
Mm, I don't know about that, but okay.
But and then they didn't in Street Fighter Five is Seth. Like, come on.
Wait, I thought it was Street Fighter 4. That's Street Fighter
Oh,
4.
that's Street Fighter Four. I apologize. The Steph is Street Fighter Four villain. That's fucking lazy. Fucking lazy. And then I guess they tried to make Nikali the Street Fighter Five villain, but no one gave a shit about Nikali. You know what I mean? And he even mentioned it right here. Don't be Capcom and bring back Bison or drop the ball on Nikali. That's exactly what they did with Nikali. He didn't make him a convincing enough villain because nostalgia. You only wanted to play with your old toys.
Well, first off, I would have had no issue with Third Strike's roster as long as they brought the original characters back. That was the whole main thing that me and Skinny James had said back in BC. How amazing that game would have been if they would have just kept the original characters. At the very least, the original Street Fighter 2 characters. I still would have had an issue that the Street Fighter Alpha characters weren't there. But at the very least, if you had the original Street Fighter 2 cast on there, I would have been perfectly fine with it. The thing that you probably didn't know, Jabonis, was that when they brought Street Fighter 4, the reason why that game has such high, acclaim and people would just love the game so much when it first came out was that the original characters came back. The original characters came back. People loved, Street Fighter 4, and I still think that's the best Street Fighter game in the entire franchise. And it made it even better when they brought back the Third Strike characters back. So you had new characters, you had the Third Strike characters, you had Alpha characters in there, and you had the original characters on there. That was just perfect. You couldn't ask for anything better. They could have,
What are your thoughts on the Street Fighter 6 characters as a whole?
as far as the characters.
Yeah, don't no DLC, just the core characters.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic.
Oh, so you like the roster?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
the roster is amazing. You didn't like it? You
No,
don't
no,
like?
I like it. I like it. I was wondering, but the thing is that I also like the Third Strike roster a lot more than you did.
You liked it way better than I did. I
Yeah,
didn't. I didn't really like it that much at all.
yeah. I think it's really good. Outside, like really, to be fair, outside of 12 and Q, every other character that they had in the game, to me, I found some success with playing with.
Well,
Even
hold on,
even
hold on, hold on,
even.
hold on, hold on. I'm gonna call BS on that. I'm gonna call
Mhm.
BS on that. You you didn't. I didn't hear you say anything positive about Urine or say anything about Gil
Oh no, oh no, I
or
can't. Yeah, oh I can't play with him. But I think he's a cool character. I just can't play with him. Yeah, him. I can't play with him. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't play with him. But every other character, I at least tried tried at least to learn something with. Like also, I also have to remember I can't play with Makoto either.
yeah, Makoto's
She,
another one.
yeah, she's too advanced for me.
Yeah, she's very very technical character in my
Yeah,
opinion. Yeah.
she's too advanced for me. But like I like the character. I like the look of the character. I like the fact that she's different than most of the other women characters in the game. So I appreciate that. But every other character I've at least tried to learn a little bit of, including Remy, who I'm a big fan of.
I hate Remy. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Like Hugo, I'm a big fan of. I like Alex. Even though I'm surprised that you're not a bigger fan of Alex than you are, even though you're really good with him.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's straight. I like him. He's all right.
yeah. So and there's a lot of other characters in the game that I do like using. So I like the roster. Ruben said that I exclusively play fighting games for story, bro. Like
Wow,
you're like the only one I know.
you're missing out, bro. You're missing out.
If you if your lore is bad or hard to understand, I stay away. Like Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear lore is very confusing. Also, it's very confusing.
Yeah, dude, you know it's even hard. Even when you try to search for it on YouTube, it's like it seems like as if nobody knows. Like you could find something, but but even so, he's a big fan of the game. I told him, yo, well, what is the whole plot? Like what is this game originally is about? And even he couldn't really give a full answer. He told me some details, but even him he can't really give a full description of what the game is about. So or the story at the very least.
Right,
Yeah,
bro.
it's too confusing.
Ruben's a fan of Gil. He said Gil is cool because he's an anti-hero that was right all along. His ending didn't have anyone die. He had unity. Yeah, but isn't that the same type of unity that Thanos wanted?
I don't think it's necessarily the same.
Hmm.
I don't remember. I don't recall him wanting to like this. Um, I would have to read the story again because I actually have the comic book of the whole entire Third Strike story.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish it because I bought a whole bunch. Like, bro, you should whenever you come over, I gotta show you my Street Fighter collection. Like, I went to every comic book store to make sure I had every single one, and it's a lot, to catch up on. But I don't recall him wanting to have the same goal like Thanos did. I don't remember.
Okay. It's more special that they meet up in the new current storyline that was genius. I disagree. Nolan said I disagree. I love 12 and Q,
Oh my gosh,
and
no,
he said that. And he
absolutely
said
not.
Remy. He said Remy straight.
No, I don't like Remy either. I think he's trash. Gal is a far better character than Remy. Far better.
He said that was not absolutely not the type of unity Thanos wanted. He told you what was going to happen, and he was right. Well, I'm not familiar with Gil, so I wouldn't know. So, but I'm just saying that he was the final boss in the game. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I don't know if he was good or bad or not, but he was the final boss of the game.
Yeah.
And when it comes to final bosses, I don't. I'm not putting him in the same stratosphere as Bison. At least for me, I'm not. But all right. So we do have one more. We only got you. Only I know you gotta go. But what's your comments on Sonic Fox? Not Sonic Fox. Punk finally winning at Evo.
Oh yeah, him winning at Evo. I thought it was. I don't know if you saw the grand finals of that. I think you
Yeah, I
did.
saw. I saw. Yeah,
Um,
I did. I did.
I enjoyed it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And what I will say is, I'm pretty sure he is not very satisfied because um, I forgot what place Mena RD was in, but when they nerfed Blanca, it completely changed his game to where I think he has to find a new character now because
Well,
they nerfed Blanca so much. Go ahead.
remember in at Red Bull, Kumite after RD beat Punk, what did Punk wanted? He wanted Blanca to be nerfed.
Yes.
He got what he wanted.
Yeah.
And what do you know what place Minardi came in? 'Cause I know he wasn't in the top. I know he wasn't in the top eight, the top
No,
six.
no, I forgot what place he was in, but it was like earlier, in the tournament, which is very unfortunate. But I think he now has to look for a brand new character because Blanca is got nerfed completely. Like a lot of his moves are like unsafe and stuff like that. So it's bad, man. It's bad. But congratulations to the Punk. Actually, it says it right here, and I know I have to go, but it says it right here. Let me share it real quick before I leave.
While you get that, let me read this comment from Ruben. He said he had everyone in his ending, even the man that killed him and turned Alex red and blue. All he had was the truth. That's what made the threes so interesting. Okay.
I do remember that. I do remember him having everyone come in unity, and then he and Alex was like red and blue. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember that. But yeah, see, as you can say here, he became the first American player to win Street Fighter at Evo. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Which shame on me. I should have known that, but he was the first to win, and it says, let me see. After finals, only one player was left standing, obviously, and I thought there was something important that I wanted to read. But okay, but anyway, I think after what happened to Mena, because dude, I don't care what anyone says. If they had never nerfed Blanca, I think Mena would have been at the very least in the top six, top eight,
You
and
probably would have won the whole
and
thing.
he probably would have won the whole thing. And I also believe, because remember, Punk admitted that he had a hard time, with Blanca. I guess that was his kryptonite, his Achilles heel. If they were, to face each other without Blanca being nerfed, I obviously believe that, because Cammy is such a bad matchup, at least with Blanca at the time,
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't have stood no chance in my opinion. But now that Blanca's out of the way, I am happy to see Punk winning Street Fighter 6. So I have to give him a massive shout out, because all the hard work that he put in, and to be the first American, he deserves a double shout out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, props to him, and he was emotional afterwards. And even the commentator, Yikes, he was emotional afterwards because these guys put a lot into it, man. They put a lot into this, and you saw it, you saw it in his reaction.
Fighter 6 champion, Punk.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely saw that, and yeah, it was a very good experience, for me to watch it. Like it was, I was really really happy for him, very happy for him.
Yeah, and he did he yeah, his cameo was vicious as ever. So
Yeah.
yeah, so all right. Well, on that note, homeboy, you gotta go to work. Let me give the shout outs, Ruben, Joe, Nolan. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I don't know when we'll do another podcast again. I
No,
know Steve, you're still.
we could do one next Monday. What let's say? I mean, if you're available at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but we're gonna do the same thing again. You gotta do the same thing again.
Well, I guess I'll let you know. Um, yeah, I guess I'll just let you know.
Wait a minute. What day is it today? Today's Monday or Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny? I thought it was Monday. I thought it was Monday.
That's
Yeah, I actually thought it was Monday today. Oh man. All
that's funny.
right, but yeah, okay. So you'll be available next Monday.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, then on that, we will see you next Monday, hopefully.
absolutely. Oh, and I also have to give a big shout out to I forgot what I think it was do you remember the reward that they gave Justin Wong and Daigo?
No.
Oh man, it was, I think it was like it was an award. I don't know if it was like the most, like like, I guess the best icons, or like
Well,
they had like,
I know they're gonna do a Hall of Fame next year.
yeah.
I know they're gonna do that, and those two should absolutely be in it.
Are you gonna watch it?
Yeah,
Oh,
if it's gonna show, yeah, I would like to watch it.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah, obviously props to them. All right, but on that note, let's get out of here. I know you gotta go to work. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Christ for Nerf, he gets it and wins. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much what happened. But anyways, anyway, yeah, this is Ubi 186. I'll see you guys later.
yeah. So guys, like yeah, I'll keep everyone updated. Hopefully everyone's cars is fixed by then. And if not, then we'll just do another podcast for like an hour and a half or something like that. And no, Nolan, you're not gonna see us in 5 weeks. I'll do my best to make sure we have another podcast. Next Monday. For sure. And if not, I mean, if Hubi's available, this Thursday, I think I'll be able to do one this Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But for sure, we'll do another podcast on Monday. So with all that being said, this is the traditionalist 1-1 signing out, and have a good one.
All right. Bye bye, guys.